this video we are back for the brand new update in Find the Beans. Thank you so much for choosing my video. If you do enjoy it, if you can, leave it a like, drop me a comment, and of course hit that subscribe button to help support my channel. So one new bean in spawn. I'm pretty certain I've got kidney bean before, but it's okay. What I do love is that you can see the beans are now animated, so I do quite like that bit of movement. It brings a bit of life to these characters. Moving round now onto desert. So we've just missed that bean, I can't believe it. But what you will see is two dark squares on this kind of hillside here. So just stand in front of the kind of dark square and Scorpion will eventually run out. There we go. It will take half damage, so make sure you're not touching that Scorpion too many times. I do love the design of that one. I think that's very well made. So for inverted, we need to go up, down through the alien spaceships, and this will allow us to drop down onto the mysterious building. This is where we've got Genie. But what I do love is that again, they've kind of developed a bean into this area. I felt this building was a bit underutilized last time, but dropping down into the center and you now have a button that it says do not click. This then turns the world inverted, and this is how we're going to get inverted bean. And I love the fact that the bean isn't where the button is, but what you find is by clicking that button and then you come out into the rest of desert, the pyramid is inverted. I love this. What a great bit of scripting this is. And then where we would have found Mummy, if we jump inside, you can then go ahead and get inverted. I love that one. And again, the Mirage one, I really love this one as well. So if you go somewhere high in the map, you will be able to see the path for Mirage, but as soon as you get close to it, it then disappears. As you can see, you can't see the path at all. So this, I kind of got to the cactus by myself and then across, and then I kept dropping. So I actually had a bit of a cheat academy, and I got my daughter to log on. I looked at her screen and she guided me up. But obviously if you follow where I'm walking, you will be able to go ahead and get Mirage. I love how they brought the optical illusion element into this. I think it's great. So this is where I am checking her screen. Work smarter, not harder. And then it's just across now to Mirage. Love that bean, really well done for that one. Onto the brand new map of the graveyard. Again, I love how this one's been designed. It then goes dark. I mean, we've got random names. I think it may be nice to bring actual people's names in here. Like, I don't mind having JudgementTV on a grave, like, as long as I'm being brought into this game. That's brilliant. Hint, hint, hint for, you know, YouTuber bean, you know, JudgementTV bean. But what I love about this graveyard is it really does feel like a graveyard. There's plenty of graves, they're in a row, there's a little path. You know, sometimes they don't feel like graveyards as such. I don't know if these are developers' cats that have unfortunately passed away or pets. I'm very sorry, but it's a really sweet touch they've added them into the game. but up by the cats is where you will find Sad Bean. Dirt Bean is obviously on the dirt path. If you haven't got Zombie, this is where they have now moved into that grave, nice and easy. We have Ghost Bean. I love that one because it actually appears in different areas of the graveyard. So just walk around and then obviously I did find it just by Zombie, but you will see it appearing in different areas as well. So we find Stone Bean. And that is in Nimplorb Wackenlug. Whoever said these names, like, I can't pronounce them. And then again, just by the pet ones, this is where we find the teleport through to Skeleton on Nobbin Twizzleface. Again, I actually really like the skeleton design of like a circle and then one bone in the middle. I think that's quite funny. Back into jungle. So Faceless strangely came up in the menu before, but I've already got that one, but it is there just on the tree trunk I've just showed you. Jungle Bean is inside of that bush there. Again, when you can walk inside of bushes, there's always a reason. There are 4 buttons dotted around this area, and for the life of me, I couldn't get these to work. This is for the developer layer, but I will show you that in a moment. You can see glitch on the treetop, so again we just need to do the small obby to get up there. This is where we found the kind of parrot and banana bean. So remember just to have that sprint on, it may help you with the jumps across the treetops. And this then drops you through the sky to hit Glitch Bean. Love that one. So I found all 4 buttons, but thank you so much to the player Tony778. So they actually guided me through what order you need to press them. So it is the square first. And then you have the circle. I think it's a little tad unfair because there's no clue what order that these buttons have to be pressed in. Then it's triangle. So if you think about all the combinations you can make out of these 4 buttons, I think there should be a hint somewhere. And then finally it's the star here. So thank you so much for your help with this one. Really appreciated. I take no credit. And then you will be able to enter the developer layer. And then inside here we find diamond plates. And then you will also find your teleport up to go ahead and get Snake. You may be able to get it if you've got the game pass of the jump coil, but if you haven't, that is how you get it. The only one that doesn't really look like a bean, I can see the bean at the head. Back Back now onto beach. And we have a new one on the beach towel of striped. So the developer did comment on my previous video on this game and said that the bugs have now been fixed. So clicking on the beach ball and this will take us through. And then what you need to do is click the spawn plate when you come into this area, and this will spawn a giant beach ball. And it now dawns on me what you need to do. So you need to take that beach ball across the path without touching the water, and then you will be able to jump on it to go ahead and get the beach ball bean. The only thing is, I would probably say not to try and guide this ball by being on it. It was really hard to control. If you spawn it and then knock it, and then you can actually walk on the water now. And this was probably the easiest way I found of guiding the ball. Now, I haven't finished this. It's really infuriating. I literally got to this point and then kept dropping the ball. I will try, keep trying again, but I'm more than likely going to hurl my iPad if I have to keep trying to get this beach ball down here, but this is how you do it. And I would just say little taps, it's a lot more controllable. And also, it's probably best to play this by yourself because other players will knock your ball as well. Back into the city. It's sort of a shame because you've got the NPCs that move. I would have loved for the cars to be moving. You know, some of these games you actually hit the cars and then they kind of like knock you all over the map. That may have been a nice touch, so you're almost playing chicken with the cars to go ahead and get the beans. This is where slightly the movement give these beans away, because obviously if you zoom out you can then see where they're moving. I do like that when it looks like it's walking. And then you have run over bean. I think that's brilliant because it's sort of stretched with the tyre mark in the middle of their face. Some of these are quite funny. I do really like them. Back into candy and one. I don't know if I've already got this one or not. This is where it's sort of deja vu. But slime is in the middle of the jellies. Or maybe I'm getting confused because you have to go into one of the jellies to go ahead and get jelly bean. Or jelly, whichever one over the obby. And then we have void. So now you can actually walk on a lot of the water and you don't kind of drop through the map. So if you go to the new map of Graveyard, this is the place that I found you can actually drop off the map. So just throw yourself off and then you will get teleported into the void realm. So you can see the first bean there is moving. It sort of reminds me of the Digital Circus void. I actually quite like it. But that is void bean. And then for the next one we have to go to the true void. And you can see the staircase. Now this is going to take you a while. Yes, that staircase feels never ending. So we will begin our journey up the staircase. Now this will take you like 5 minutes to climb this staircase. It goes on and on and on. But to save you watching me go through the entire staircase in real time, I am going to speed it up for you just so we can get through this staircase a lot quicker. You can see me checking and it's like, oh no, I've got all that way to go. And by the power of editing, we are at the top of the staircase now. So there is a warning, so if you do get triggered by sort of flashing lights or movement, this may trigger you, so just be careful. It's really nice the developer has thought of this and has provided a warning at the top of the staircase. So when you jump off, if you are triggered, just close your eyes. And you literally throw yourself off. I would have been so disappointed if that realm hadn't been discovered. And then we come into this dark realm, which is the true void. Unfortunately, the sprint isn't available, so it's quite a long walk over here. And to be honest, the beauty of this area is it actually, if you zoom out, because what you have is kind of this cosmic swirl. I absolutely love it. And then we've got beanious in the middle. I really love that swirl effect and sort of that mist effect. Look at that, I love it. And then beanious is in the middle. Absolutely love this update. Can't wait for the next one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.